Hi there! Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kiara. I didn't post for a few days, as you may have noticed, because I was moving. So I moved back to my hometown, the area that I am from, and spent a lot of time growing up, especially like the exact location of the area that I moved in. Specifically, I spent a lot of time around this area um, throughout my teenage years. So it's a little surreal, but it's good. I was able to get into some better situation and live on my own again, and we're on the up. Yeah, knock on wood. But anyways, yeah, I set some of my things that I was able to get out of storage up, and I just was able to create a little bit better of a space. So just starting out, so we'll see how it grows. So I moved on the 31st. My roommate and I had our storage like totally packed up the day before, or our U-Haul in our apartment, and did like the final things on the 31st and left. And uh, it took like all day. We dropped off his stuff in the next town over. We drove all the way across the mountains, across the state, and then we dropped off his stuff in the next town over, and then came down here to the southwest region of Colorado. And once we dropped everything off, we decided to go and get all of my stuff that was in my storage where I was living a few months ago before I relocated. I was living where I was, like in Lakewood, Denver area for like 6 months. But I decided to come back because I finally kind of got everything together. But yeah, my whole story about everything that has unfolded in my life is really crazy and quite interesting, to say the least. But God has a plan and He has a path for everyone. And yeah, I was just on my journey, and now I'm back and I have a little bit better of a space. But I was telling that whole story to say, yeah, like in the middle of the night, it was like 8:30 by the time we got here and started doing everything. So by the time we left to go to that other storage and come back, we were driving around. It was like the middle of the night. We had the big, bright, full super moon. So that was really cool. It was really fun. I felt like it was a good time to have just like a fresh start, kind of cycle out all of the old and just start on this new journey. And it was so beautiful. The moon was so, so beautiful. And we had the most perfect view of it, like driving down the highway. And yeah, it was just awesome. I felt it was so illuminated, so guided. Such a beautiful night. And today was just such a beautiful day. It was so pretty. Yeah, I feel great vibes in the air. Um, so I didn't get to do any sort of a video for the new moon, or the full moon. I'm so sorry. Um, I always do that with those, but also I've just been like going and going and going. So I'm like brain dead at this point. So this is going to be kind of fun and interesting. But yeah, I was just so busy getting everything together and packing and doing everything I had to do. So I chose not to make any videos for a few days. I just didn't want them to be, chaotic or rushed or distorted or anything. Yeah, I like to have my full focus, energy, and attention. So I didn't make any pre-videos for it, so I thought it would be fun to do a video now that some time has passed, right? At the time of this uploading, especially uh, now that we have moved forward from the supermoon a little bit, we're going to look into what was the supermoon trying to tell you. So, pile 1, we're using the Sun and Moon Tarot. And then pile 2, the Modern Witch Tarot. And the timestamps will be in the description. Yeah, get right into it. So yeah, what was the super full moon trying to tell you? So what I'm getting right away is it's like an ending of there's like an ending of a cycle of if someone was being kind of like emotionally immature or like giving their offering giving like off extending themselves or offering giving emotional offers or kind of like playing the field, offering to multiple people, um being unfair here, being like purposely withholding giving to multiple people or like giving more to others, um yeah, any sort of like one like third party energy, to where it's like they have other people that they're also, offering their cup to or giving their cup to in a sense, or like offering emotional vulnerability or connection in some way, or it's like they purposely give to other people more, like they have more surface level type of friendships or connections, people that they just kind of like party with, get together with, and have a good time. And it's like they give more to them or they invest more into those situations because they're like more emotionally immature. So they see just like the value of like the fun times that these certain people bring. And so, yeah, it's like being wishy washy, like giving to multiple people, or like being a player playing the field. Um, so we have the Princess of Wands, the King of Cups in the World, the Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Three of Cups. So it's like you had someone doing all of that, right? Um, but with the world or with the universe, it's like into that cycle. It's like coming out of that. It's like no longer things no longer being like that, and like tables turning here, like them no longer wanting to give to these other people, or no longer, it's like wanting to just show up and be consistent and make a solid consistent emotional offer here. It's like no longer wanting to um give more to these other people, or like, yeah, it's like no longer seeing the value of investing more in um, these more surface level connections. And so there's like this emotional growth here into being more mature, being able to like handle your passions. It's like going on this journey. It's like ascending forward, growing on the journey of, yeah, like not just following, not letting your passions lead you and guide you, not just like following whatever fleeting passion you have in the moment. It's like wanting to show up and be more um, solid, secure, like be this stable emotional figure. Um, just show up for like one person here and not like extend your cup or extend emotional offers to multiple people. One, but then also, yeah, like I said, not seeing no longer seeing the value, or no longer thinking that this type of like surface level, like getting together with multiple people and having a great time, or dating multiple people at once, like this type of lifestyle or mindset is no longer worth it, or like no longer something that it's wanting to be invested in. It's like wanting to end that cycle and grow um, into just this more emotionally mature, stable person that can be like consistent here and like emotionally vulnerable and connected to like just that stability of being able to like show up for like one person, instead of also having like partial investments where you're maybe giving more time or doing more with these like surface level like party type of connections. So yeah, if this is you, or if this is someone else in your life, like in the past, whenever you were acting a little bit more emotionally immature, and like or whenever this person, take it however it resonates, whoever here was like being more emotionally immature, just kind of letting their passions lead them, like offering their cup to multiple people, maybe multiple specific people, or just kind of like whoever, like just whoever would kind of give them attention or like look their way. Or it's like whoever they could like have fun with and just like get together with and be on this like surface level partying, hanging out here. Um, some, yeah, investing in this here, or um, playing the field in some way, or just like choosing to be more emotionally immature, created a situation where it like put someone in this deep sense of regret. It was like knowing that this wasn't the right choice, or knowing that they shouldn't have chosen to invest more in these like more surface level, like fun type of things. There was this energy of like really knowing that this was wrong, or like some sort of situation that there was this heavy sense of just like regret, and knowing that this was like not the right choice, or this was not the right investment, or it's like that you needed to grow or like learn something here, or someone, whoever, if this is about someone else, it's like they realize they messed up here, they made the wrong investment, they need to kind of like grow emotionally here so that they can be more capable of just showing up for one person, because it kind of like bit them in the butt to um do things the way they were before, if they were like playing the field, or if they were just trying to like go out and party and keep certain people around, but then go and like also invest in like others that were just like having fun in the lifestyle. There's this sense of just like feeling like they messed up, or feeling like they made a mistake, like really regretting this, like feeling like this here wasn't worth like losing something else that they should have um, shown up for. So now it's like wanting to end the cycle here and be more mature, stable, like be someone that can be counted on, right, in the long term. Someone who's gonna like reciprocate and like also fill up the other person's cup, and not just like take and then go play the field and just chase after follow whatever fleeting desire comes up next. It's like wanting to end that cycle and really approach things in a more mature and thought out way here, having a more emotional control over them. um yeah, just like their reactions and their passions and stuff. But that was repetitive. I didn't mean to say emotional control, but more control over like their emotional states, just like that growth and maturity. So it's like leads to a new opportunity to um yeah, just have like a new start here, a new opportunity to kind of like make things work here. um just like something opening up here, being presented, because someone's choosing to uh, listen to like the way that they feel, right? That like inner nagging feeling inside of them, kind of telling them like, okay, it's time to step it up here. You can't be like this anymore. So then, yeah, someone being more capable of just the emotional maturity needed to be that stable person in relationships, like ending the cycle of the way they were being in the past, that more wishy-washy, unreliable type of person here, really fleeting type of person, just opens up and creates a new opportunity here for something really positive, or something really prosperous, or um, to like make an investment into something that will be like prosperous and fruitful, or like it will grow into something uh like stable and secure in the long run, or like an investment that you can kind of like rely on to be prosperous isn't the word, but that's all I can think of right now. Like yeah, have that like long-term prosperity in a situation. It's like a new opportunity um here for that, now that a cycle is ended and someone wants to like step up emotionally. And then we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. We have the High Priestess and the Fool clarifying. So it's like intuitively here, whether it's you or another person, it's like there's this intuitive feeling to know that, um, even if it feels uncomfortable, like even if they're used to these types of relationships or like giving in these types of relationships, it's like this inner feeling or this inner intuition, this inner knowing that they need to step outside their comfort zone, take a leap of faith here. It's just like make a change, take that first step towards a new opportunity. Just kind of like put themselves out there in some way, choose to like be vulnerable, wear their heart on their sleeve. It's like they know that, um, or you know that this is the right way to do things. It's like having that inner intuition of knowing, like, okay, this is what I have to do. And then it's just kind of like jumping in and, um, yeah, just taking that step, just choosing to go for it, putting yourself out there. It's just like knowing exactly what you have to do and just kind of like swiftly executing the situation here. We have the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So, um, ooh, we have Lucky and Soulmate. So I'll read both of those for you. You've got the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold at this time. Enjoy this winning streak you are on. Meditate on this when you need an extra boost of being in the right place at the right time kind of energy. Soulmate, a significant partnership, soul connection in the meaning of kindred spirits. Drawing this card means you have met a soul connected relationship. While this can indicate a romantic connection, it can also signify any relationship meant to work together on a soul level. This partnership is special. Learn from each other, be good to each other, and be in gratitude for the connection. Even our perceived adversaries are profound soulmate connections. You can always draw another card for clarity around the purpose of your connection. Meditate on this symbol when you want to connect on a deeper soul level with friends, family, or companions, and can also be used to call in a soulmate relationship. So, um, if it's you, if then the person in the that we're picking up on here, it's like you met someone or someone is coming into your life or you've recently come into connection with a soulmate type of bond, and that could be what kind of triggered this awakening to realize it's not worth it anymore to invest in these more surface level type of relationships. And so it's like, it's like as soon as you met this person, you could just feel it. You just intuitively knew there's like something here. So it's like wanting to take a start or just kind of like dive in here, or just like go for it. It's like, yeah, now that you've met this person or this connected with this person or they came into your life, then it's like, um, you just want to like make that change. It's like now it's like it's like there's some sort of regret. So possibly this person could have like seen something or known something about how you were in the past, or like you could have not really known it was like a soulmate connection at first. And so um you did something right, and so then there's like as soon as you realize it's a soulmate connection, there's this like deep sense of regret here. And then it's like wanting to like close out that cycle and make a change here and really grow. So there's like an opportunity to just like dive in, because it's like now there's this inner knowing, or there's been this inner awakening here in some way. So yeah, it's like maybe you do, or the other person just like really awakened you here. So you feel like really lucky to have met them. So it's like now you know exactly what you have to do to like turn something around here, to like pull out of like how things were in the past and just like make a change here, so then you can like move forward and be this like mature, stable person that someone can count on here, right? And like knows how to show up emotionally. Um, or if it's like about another person in your life, then it's like you coming into their life has really triggered them, because it's like a soulmate type of connection. So then everything I was just describing is like for the other person. Like now that they've met you, it's really triggered them. So you could be really lucky here. Like they just feel this soulmate, like kindred spirit with you. So it's really triggered them to realize that investing in more surface level, just like fun times type of relationships, like they did in the past, like offering their cup to many people, or just hanging out with a lot of different people, partying with a lot of different people, maybe, like I said, being a player, playing the field, giving more to like people that were just going to be like more of a fun time, surface level. Um, then, like, yeah, meeting you has really triggered them in some way to like wake up. It's like they've realized this is a soul connection, so it's like now they know exactly what they have to do here to create some sort of opportunity, be able to just like dive in here to have some sort of new start. So it's like ending a cycle and coming out of something in the past. So I heard that it's like in the past they could have been like offering their cup to you, but then also offering it to a lot of people, and then they would like give more to those other people that they would like party with and just have a good time with, and they didn't show up for you as much, even though they were also offering their cup to you. Or so then it's like now they really regret that, like they feel like that was the wrong choice, because they've had this like awakening to like the soulmate level type of connection that you guys have here. Or if you guys didn't have any sort of connection in the past, or they didn't really know you before, um, maybe you know, or you heard something about them, or you have some sort of, yeah, like you know of like how they were, you know of their reputation, or um yeah, you've just like heard something about them in some way, and so they just like wish that they wouldn't have done that, or there wasn't so much out there that you wouldn't, they just wish that you wouldn't have some sort of perspective of them that you do. So that could be because they were actually like playing the field with you, or they had you like involved in this, like I said, and then they were investing more in these other surface level party type of relationships. They came across really like disingenuous. Or if you guys didn't know each other, mess with each other like that, and you just met each other, and then that's what triggered them. But they also like, yeah, they could have known you in the past and just like been playing the field with you here, like not giving to you as much as they were these other types of people that they had these types of connections with, because it's like they hadn't awakened to this yet, but then now something has triggered them and caused them to like awaken to this, so then they really regret this here. But yeah, like I was saying, if you haven't messed with them like that in the past, it's like you just know something about them, or you heard something about how they were in the past, or you have some sort of perspective of them that they're like immature in some way, or that they do things in like an immature way. And so there's this deep sense of regret here, like wanting to have some sort of opportunity to like show you, like turn things around here and like show you who they really are. So it's like they want to just kind of like swiftly um come in here and just like, turn things around in a really positive way. um Heart opening. Opening your heart center and listening to your intuition will always lead you in the right direction. You now have the opportunity to let down the walls you created from past wounds. Let your light shine from your heart to experience what the universe had always wanted for you. So, yeah, if this whole thing is about you being like this, and it's like this could have been a defense mechanism because of how you were hurt in the past. So, yeah, it's like now you have the opportunity to let down the walls you created from past wounds. Let your light shine and your heart experience what the universe had always wanted for you. So, it's like now that you met someone that you feel this type of soulmate type of connection with, then it's just making you rethink and like shift your whole perspective here and realize like you can open up your heart and let others in. And then if it's like about another person around you, then it's like it's like they did this or they acted like this. Um, yeah, if they did some sort of like player type of stuff here towards you, or they like offered their cup to you, but then they were offering it to multiple people and they were kind of giving more to, like I was saying, the surface level, more just like fun times type of connections. They were doing this because of, the past hurts and the things that they've been through in their life. And so it's hard to uh, let good things in, and like it says here, it's hard to let yourself experience what the universe or God or whatever you believe in really wants for you whenever you're kind of stuck on how you've been hurt in the past. So you recreate that cycle over and over, and then you hurt others in the same way that you were hurt inadvertently. But it's like finally ending the cycle here, right? And like rising up, rising out of it. Um, it's like seeing the issues here and choosing to like really rise out of it, and that's creating this new opportunity here, um, for just being a little bit more emotionally mature, being able to just be more open here and open to love and connection and all the things. Spirit guidance, co creation. Your spirits and guardians are here to assist you to help you evolve into your authentic self. The time is now to see yourself as your spiritual team sees you. They ask that you remove all limiting thoughts and open yourself up to them. Meditation and asking for signs are a great way to deepen your connection. And we're going to get one message card here. Oh my gosh. We have I meant what I said at the bottom. The deck. Ooh. We have strength, ego, and I am in so much pain. So I feel like this really goes with whenever we get really hurt sometimes, or we go through really traumatic and painful experiences in our life, our ego steps in and tries to kind of help us and shelter us and protect us through it and give us ways to ease the pain or to make it seem to be a little bit better. And a lot of that is like these defense mechanisms that come up in order to help protect ourselves from experiencing that sort of pain again. And that can be, by stopping people from really being able to get in or to get close with you. And one way to do that is to kind of like always play the field, right? Or to always have multiple options. And then if one person comes in that you really like or that you really feel softer towards, it's like your defense mechanism right away. Your ego is going to find all these reasons to justify why you should give that person less, and you should give to others more because you kind of have like a soft spot to them. Like they're a bigger threat to kind of bringing you back into that emotionally vulnerable place that you were in when you were experiencing a lot of hurt. So your ego steps in and is like, no, I can't experience that. I can't have that. I can't do that. I can't go through that. No, no, no. And puts up walls and, creates situations to where it's like, then, you're moving forward towards what you want, but then it's like your ego's telling you this isn't safe, right? This person's putting you in a vulnerable position. You can't do that. You got really hurt last time. So, um, then you default to, you know, chasing after something else or playing the field or going after multiple options or going out and just like partying and having a good time with people, having a good time or having fun with people that you can keep it more surface level and you don't have to get so deep. You don't have to be so vulnerable here, so then you're not at a threat to get super hurt. So it's like end up giving more to those situations or investing more into those situations. But then it's like now that you've met or something has come up where it's like a soulmate type of connection, then you no longer see the value of doing that. It's like that's no longer serving here. It's like you intuitively know that it's like time to go and just kind of like jump into the next thing here, and just like put yourself all out there and figure it out, even if you don't really know what you're doing, right? So yeah, if that's like about you or if it's about another person, then it's the same thing. It's like their ego just takes over. It's like they meet you and they really really like you, they really care about you, they feel vulnerable to you, and then it's like, okay, wait, um, you know, uh the last time that you met someone that made you feel this vulnerable or this sensitive, then you were really, really hurt. You went through this traumatic emotional experience. And so your ego steps in and it's like you have to kind of shut that off. And so it's like, even if you're not conscious of it, you can end up giving more to people that are just not really a threat to you emotionally in that way. Um, so yeah, that could explain like what another person around you is doing or has going on. It's like just getting triggered from past hurts and choosing to react in a certain way that comes across making them look like a player, like they don't care, like um yeah, they're just like not someone that you can trust overall. uh yeah, it's like it comes from a defense mechanism of their egos, like trying to remain strong or remain balanced, remain in control of the situation, prevent themselves from having to go through the same sort of vulnerabilities and hurts that they did in situations in the past. But yeah, something about you then has just really sparked. It's like even if they didn't notice this right away and they did certain things, that whatever they did here that really put them in this sense of regret could have actually contributed that to them having this awakening here and realizing it's like a soulmate type of connection. Because when they did the same thing to you that they did to others, it's like they couldn't stand it, or they hated it, or it kept them up all night. It's like they couldn't get you out of their head, like they couldn't just like move on to the next one, or the same way they did, or they couldn't just like play you in the same way, or it's like you really just like stuck in their head, or like they were just up all night thinking about this, like there's just something different here, or yeah, something about this really triggered them to be like, okay, like they decided to take a second look and look a little deeper or examine their feelings more, and that's like not something they usually choose to do. So it's like something about your energy here is like really lucky. um yes, either you or someone else is like really wanting to end a cycle of feeling like you need to protect yourself from being hurt the same way you were in the past, and like wanting to step up and make some sort of emotional offer here and be really solid and consistent and stable. Um, yeah, no longer seeing the value in the party life, or yeah, and playing the field, or investing in other people that are still caught up in that type of lifestyle. It's like wanting to grow and move forward out of that. And it's like knowing exactly what needs to be done, and just like wanting to put yourself out there and just go for it and do it. Even if you don't feel fully ready, it's like you just know this is the direction you need to go, or this is like what you need to do, or the change you need to make, or the leap that needs to be made here in order to, yeah, get like from one to the other and just put yourself in a more successful receive energy here. Yeah, that is all I have. Oh, whoops. That is all I have for pile one. All right, pile two. We're using the Modern Witch Tarot. And we're looking into what was the super moon trying to tell you. Too many, Spirit. Hmm. So we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Cups, and then the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Swords, and then the Empress, the bottom. So right away with the Four of Pentacles, I saw someone's like not wanting to hold back anymore or not wanting to be withholding anymore. The Six of Cups, it's like someone's wanting to like offer or extend something here, or it's like, okay, someone had something that they were hanging on to for a really long time, like something really meaningful or special here or valuable that they were like kind of hanging on to or holding back for a really long time. It's like choosing to be withholding now or to let it go, to bring it forward. I also saw this like there could have been an energy of like not seeing something before, like um one party didn't see the value in the other or something, or someone didn't see all they had to offer or all of the like uh assets that they really had to offer, or like yeah, one person just couldn't see everything they had to offer in some way. Or there was someone who was choosing to hold back here because they couldn't see what the other person had to offer, or someone was choosing to hold back or keep things to themselves because they just couldn't see like the potential of how something could come together in some way. But it's been like a really long time now. Yeah, with the Six of Cups, it's either something that both people had like known for a really long time that it would be something, or what I'm getting from this card though is like it's like okay, with the mom giving to the child, it's this energy of it's like one person, like this older person, like one person held on to something for a really long time here, um until it was the right time or until they felt like the other party was like ready to receive it. So yeah, it's like one person was just like hanging on to something or keeping something to themselves or being like withholding of something until they felt like the other party was in a place where they were ready to receive it or accept it or handle it, or it's like something really really special that was like resisted for a long time. So then one person who was like more wise or mature, like knew more about the situation or had been involved in it for longer, um just kind of like kept it to themselves or held on to it until the time was right, and it would be like things would be more receptive or it could be received here. Yeah, it's like something really special. It's like one party knew that this would be like really special over time. They saw the value in it and so they chose to like hang on to it here. And then now there's like this other party that's like ready to receive here. It's like, yeah, they it was like this energy of like wanting to wait until the other person is like ready for it or like of age to handle it or just like of age in general. Um, it's like now you feel like this other person's ready to receive it or handle it, or like they would appreciate it or they would like see how special it is or like the full value of it. It's like before you had to like hang on to it in order to like protect the integrity of the situation, or like also I was seeing there's like this energy of like someone was hanging on to something and they didn't even realize how valuable it actually was, and then it's like now that they're choosing to give it away or to share it with someone else, it's like they're realizing how special there's something to it that they didn't even see, and so it's like now they feel the need to like share it with others, or yeah, there's some element where it's like they didn't even realize how good it actually was, or how much it actually was, how much it was actually worth, how much it actually brought to the table. Or I just heard like maybe a person kind of like held back or held themselves back because they didn't realize like how much they were actually worth, how much value they actually had, how much they actually brought to the table. And then now that they're kind of putting themselves out there, they're realizing how much they have to offer, or like how great what they have to offer is, or it's like they've been holding back for a really, really long time. And then now that, yeah, they're putting themselves out there and making some sort of offer, it's like realizing or being able to see like how special it is, or how much it really comes with, or like everything that it really entails, or it's like being able to see the full picture or a clearer picture somehow of like the overall value of something or a situation. But yeah, there's this energy with like the mom and the child. It's like um one person like knew more or was more experienced or was involved in the situation for longer, so they chose to like preserve, like you know how like your moms or parents will sometimes like keep or preserve certain things. They're like, okay, like they don't care about this right now, but like someday when they're a little older they might really like this, and then they hang on to certain things. And then um like in my family, like my gram was really into cooking, and so we kept like all of her recipes, and my aunt and I photocopied all of them. And then we were like, okay, like none of the, I have a lot of cousins, so it's like none of the boys care about this right now, but when they get married they will. So then that was like a special thing that my aunt did for all of like her nephews or all of my cousins, was like when all of the boys get of age to where they like get married, and they're like in a relationship to where they're actually will like understand the value and the utilize it, right? Like it's like at a certain age they'll just end up throwing it in the trash or not even caring about it, or just get totally trashed. But it's like when they're actually in a position in their life where they're ready to receive something like that, like when they have their own house and they're married, and they have like a wife that's actually cooking, and they're not just eating whatever, and it's they just care a little bit more about like what's going on in their lives. It's like once they are in that stage of like actually getting married and settling down and doing all of that, then they're a little bit more ready to receive that. Then she gives it to them, the cookbook to them at then, with all of the recipes photocopied in there. So then at that stage in their life they're able to like see the value of it and appreciate it and take care of it and utilize it, and kind of just like see it for what it is, see how cool that is. Whereas it's like, yeah, if we would have given them out to everybody like right whenever we went and made all the copies and did all of that, you're right. Like some of the boys were just not in a place in their life where they really would have seen how cool that was, or been able to really appreciate it or utilize it, or they just wouldn't have been able to see like the full value of that. Whereas, like, as they settle down and mature more, and get into a place where, like I said, they want to get married, they have their own place, and it's like then receiving a gift like that, they're in a position in their life where they can see how cool that is, how special that is, actually utilize it. Yeah, it's like just like this energy of like being in a place in their lives where they can actually see the value of that gift and how special it is. So it's like having this older, more mature person, or this person with more life experience, to be able to see like, okay, I'm just going to hang on to this until they're in a place in their life where they're actually ready for this, or they're actually open to this, or they can actually receive this and appreciate it and see the full value of it. See everything that it really offers and entails here, like what's really going on. So yeah, that example is just kind of popping up of like, yeah, so my aunt just like hangs on to those, and then she gifts them to them when they're in a place in their life when they're ready to receive something like that. Like they said, they're ready to see the value of that and appreciate that, and then actually utilize it rather than not even caring. So there's that's kind of translating through here with the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords. It's like when you're not in the right place or you're not ready to fully receive, then you'll just be kind of like defensive of it, or yeah, like I was saying with my cousins, like if we would have just given them the cookbooks like right when we went and photocopied all of them, then maybe they would have just not even cared. They would have lost them. They would have gotten dirty. Um, you know, somebody would have took them, whatever. Like, they just wouldn't have really cared about it. So then they, if you're in this energy of just like, oh, that's lame, I don't really care about that, then you have your guard up. Then it's like you're not gonna. It's like who knows what could kind of like happen there. But once you're in a place where you're ready to like be open to, like I was saying, appreciate the value of something, and so then you can actually be open to receive it and like see it for what it is, then you're no longer in this like defensive, once you're no longer in this defensive energy, right? Of just like, I don't really care about that, just because you're not open minded enough to see like how great or how special that gift actually is. Um, then yeah, it's just like what ends up, it's like with the leaving the two swords behind, it's like this kind of sloppy energy of like not being ready to really take care of something, the responsibility that comes with it in some way. It's like, okay, I'm hearing this vision of like, say we would have gave the cookbooks to the boys and then they would have moved and like accidentally left it wherever they moved, like there's like this hastiness of like, um yeah, being so overly defensive of like others and overly protective of others that you're not really triple checking things in some way. So yeah, yeah, if we would have just given them prematurely, maybe they would have up and moved somewhere and just like left them behind, and they wouldn't even have them anymore now. And so now giving them to them whenever they're in a more stable, grounded place in their life, it's less likely that that's going to happen, right? But coming with that, it's like they have to be more open to see how special and valuable the gift really is. Um, so you have to be able to kind of like put your guard down and come out of this like resisting energy here. Oh, okay, yeah, we already drew a card. Yeah, so we have the Ten of Wands, clarifying that. So this is like kind of like taking on, uh it's like taking on more than you need to, or taking on so many burdens that you can't really kind of see the end goal in front of you anymore. Um so something I'm hearing is like there could have been this energy of like resisting help, or just like not wanting to hear it, or not wanting like anyone else's advice. And it's like taking on so much work, or yeah, taking on so much and just trying to balance it all and just do it all on your own, to where you're so overwhelmed, to where you're like leaving certain things behind, or just like it's kind of like this sloppy, like not being able to actually get it all done or handle it all, so then you're kind of having to leave certain things unfinished or undone, or like not as good a quality as it could be, and just kind of having to go with it. um, or not even realizing like there's certain things being neglected or left behind, or just like not finished, not completed properly with integrity here. Being resistant to any sort of help is just like being really overwhelmed. um, but then it's like there's this energy of like having to come out of that or shift out of that, and being more open to like other people's advice and what other people have to say. It's like realizing people do have really valuable things to offer you here. Being willing to like learn and grow from others who have like more experience, who have kind of like been in it for longer, and you have like things to offer you here, or things that can help you, um, like grow and learn in your journey here. Realizing that like, yeah, other people who've like done this for longer, like some of their advice actually is good, or like there's other people who actually do have some really good advice here, or there's other people who have um, things to be able to help you out or give you that are going to make it like easier for you to be able to like handle your workload, so that there's not this energy of like doing things in like a messy or lazy or deceitful way. Or yeah, it's like realizing what other people's help or what other people have to offer can, uh just being open and receptive to hearing what others have to say can be really beneficial here. um it's like that can really help you to like grow and flourish, and like kind of give you what you need to help you call in more of what you need with the Empress. Ooh, we have new moon and we have power. Bottom of the deck. A new beginning, a fresh start, an auspicious time to start new projects. Drawing this card invites you to begin again. Meditate on this at the new moon to bring new energy into your life. So even though it's a full moon, the eclipse or the ending of one thing out of your life, endings just mark new beginnings, right? So it's like this ending of this resisting energy, or just thinking that like other people don't have anything valuable to offer, you can't learn anything from others, or like doing things the other people's way isn't going to help here. It's just like just going head on, straight on, taking it all on yourself, doing it all yourself. Like, even if you're really burdened and overwhelmed, like, still just trying to persevere forward and do it all on your own, even if it's affecting like the quality or the integrity or the connections with others in some way here. Um, so, yeah, the ending of one way of receiving is just the beginning of a whole new, it's just like a beginning of a whole new journey of like learning from others around you, and learning how special like what others have to offer is, and how much it can help you, and how much like the little tools and gifts that others give you can help like advance you on your journeys. Like, you're just starting to like learn here and look up to like others around you. um, be open to learning from others around you too, right? You are powerful, you are worthy, you are sovereign. It is time to remember your worth. Drawing this card invites you to take your place in the starring role of your life. There's no need to play small here. You're being granted permission to display your strength, for all to see at this time. It does no service for you to hide your gifts. Drawing this card can also indicate that it is time for you to call your power back from any situation where it may have been taken or given away. So we have denial. There is a situation that you are refusing to see clearly. Living in denial can create false scenarios to see things that are not accurate. Have the courage and discernment to dig deep into the truth of the situation. That at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like that's like the denial that things aren't working out, or the denial that things are getting like left behind or unfinished, or that certain things aren't getting taken care of, certain things are going unchecked. It's like there's this inability to like really be able to face it and see what's going on here in some level. Nature therapy, grounded. Your soul loves to connect and be one with nature. A beautiful healing takes place when you ground and center yourself with the earth. Being in nature has a way to restore what has been lost and brings you back to your center. Get just one message card here. If I sometimes wonder if you care. And what do you want? So I feel like the universe is asking you this, like, what do you want? Um, what is it that you really care about? Right? It's kind of like forcing you to make a decision here. Like you've been in this, like, I think so, yes type of energy. It's like kind of forcing you to be like, okay, where do your priorities lie here? It's like no longer working out for you to just kind of like take it all on and handle it all on your own here, and like refuse any sort of help from the outside or from others that may know more, right? It's like the universe is really stepping in and kind of asking you, you know, what do you want? Where do you want to end up? And sometimes other people, or being open to the advice and the assistance from others that have like been around or done something longer than us, can actually be that like key piece of information, or it can be really, really helpful and beneficial to us in our endeavors. And yeah, that's all I have for pile two. Thank you so much if you watched this far into the video. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a really, really great night.